Crozet. This is Seth with Mindset Guitar Lessons, and today I'm going to show you how to play Classic Girls by the Lumineers. What's really cool about this song and most Lumineers songs is that there's only 3 chords to learn. These chords are a little more untraditional, so I'm going to just go over the shapes right now. There's 3 of them, and we're going to start with the first one. It's just open, open, 3rd fret, 7th fret, and I'm making that with the index and the pinky. Pay attention to how much space you have in between those 2 fingers, because you have right here, you have 3 frets of space. And then I'm going to shift up to the next chord, and now I have 2 frets of space, and that's the 5th fret and the 8th fret. Open, open, 5, 8. Then I'm going to shift up one more time, and now I still have 2 frets of space in between, and now it's 7 and 10. So open, open, 7, 10. So again, it's open, open, 3, 7. Open, open, 5, 8. Open, open, 7, 10. Very similar looking shapes. Okay, and the order it's going to go in, if we were to just strum this, and you should, because you should never try to learn the chords and then also the strumming pattern and then play them both at the same time, especially in the beginning when you're starting out in the first few months. You should always learn them separately. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through with a count of just doing that to the chords and moving to the next. And then we're going to look at the strumming pattern and the picking pattern. So let's look at just the chords while counting. So the first 2 have an 8 count, and then the next 2 have a 4 count ended by an 8 count. What does that mean? Let's actually do it and you'll see. Here we go. So starting with the first shape, 3 and 7. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next shape, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you should do that maybe 8 times in a row. Like, do it to the point where it's almost obnoxious. Spend 5 minutes just straight focusing on just doing that, and you'll get better. If you do it the same way every single time, you build that muscle memory. You give your chance to incorporate it into autopilot. And when your left hand goes on autopilot, then your right hand is free to think more about strumming. And yes, your muscles do think. So let's move on to the actual picking pattern. Right? The picking pattern is just the thumb and the index, right? And it's just the 2 middle strings, the 2nd from the bottom and the 3rd from the bottom. And what I'm going to do is thumb, index, thumb, then use my index to pluck the bottom string. And then I'm going to reverse what I did before on those 2 middle strings and go index, thumb, index. Alright, and like everything I like to do, I like to break it into manageable chunks that are easy to memorize. So the first chunk of this picking pattern will be those 2 open strings. Those 2 middle strings. Thumb, index, thumb. Second chunk will be the bottom string plucked with the index. And then the 3rd chunk will be index, thumb, index on the 2 middle strings. Now this might sound crazy and weird when you're looking at this video, but if you have a ukulele in your hands and you're trying it, it'll make a lot of sense. So again, let's do those chunks back to back. First chunk, 2nd, 3rd. Again, 1st, 2nd chunk, 3rd chunk. Alright, and of course it doesn't sound like that because we have to seamlessly put those chunks together into one flowing melody. So let's do it. And if you notice, it's not just, it actually has kind of like a hobble. Like if someone were to walk with a hobble, it wouldn't just be, it would be, and that's what's happening here. It's going, okay? So even if you just use open strings, that's a good exercise too. Just practice that same picking pattern. until you feel like your fingers have gotten used to it. Note, a very important note, don't go fast in the beginning. Go so slow you can't possibly screw up, because only then can your hands incorporate that into muscle memory. And I say muscle memory a lot because it's really important. Things have to go on autopilot when you're starting out with any instrument. Otherwise, your brain won't be able to keep up. That's just how it works. It's just the same way you don't think about a car when you're putting it in reverse and looking in all your rearview mirrors and looking behind you. You can't possibly do all of those things at the same time and think about how far your foot's going down and where your hand is and where your head is and what's behind you and your depth perception. It's the same thing when it comes to learning an instrument. So don't be unfair to yourself and not incorporate things into muscle memory and go slow so you can do that. That's how it works. So anyway, enough of that. So let's go into the strumming. That's the final thing. And again, the chords are moving just as fast with that 8 count there, 4 count, 4 count, 8 count, right? They're moving the same speed throughout the entire song. It just depends on whether the right hand is picking or if it's strumming. Right? The strumming pattern, to put it in layman's term, is just down, 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 up, down, up. Again, down, 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 up, down, up. If I were to put a count to it, I would say 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. If you hear, it's got the same kind of cadence to it. So down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So when I put that on repeat, then this hand goes on, guess what? Autopilot. So let's do that with just one chord for a little bit. I'm not going to worry about changing chords. You should always change chords once you're comfortable strumming. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Still tricky, I would slow it up to a point of down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, full speed, it's okay. I hope that's been helpful. If you know somebody that would benefit from this video or from a free guitar or ukulele lesson, please share it with them or click the link in the description below. Thank you.